see a difference.
Exactly. Okay, so now we are going to turn our attention to truly an extraordinary foundation. $44. Free shipping and handling. The only place in the world where you can buy Teint Idole for $22 a month on your credit card. It's 096487. Here is the most extraordinary foundation before and after you've ever seen. If you're not at your TV set, come on over. That before is what this gal looked like when she came in to have her foundation put on. The after is the same woman right after she had it put on. And 8 hours later, she was told, do not touch it, do not do anything, go about your day like you normally would. Do you know what her day was? Dropped the kids off at school, went for an exercise class. Yeah, an exercise class. Picked the kids back up, came in for her after, and that's what it was.
Yeah, and we shot this without any retouching, without any powder. All we did is put a little bit of lipstick on her. Her skin looks amazing. Now, what are you seeing? You saw in the before shot, if you are like Maria, okay? If you're like Maria where she has a lot of oil in her skin, naturally. So if you have that and you want a foundation that you know will last all day, it's hard to get. Or if you're someone who has maybe had acne when they were younger, and a lot of people tend to have acne scars around the cheek area, very, very difficult to cover. Or maybe you're someone who's had a lot of time in the sun, like a lot of us, and you're noticing you're getting quite a lot of pigmentation around the cheek area. Again, difficult to cover. When you cover it, here's what normally happens. You have to wear such a thick makeup that it looks cakey and unnatural. With our new, my favorite now, with our new Teint Idole Ultra, 24-hour wear. 24-hour. What it means is that all of those imperfections are completely covered on your skin. That means that you can be so confident in wearing your foundation, knowing that it will last all day long without any touch-up. Now, Diana, when we talk about long wear, we're talking 24 hours. We've taken long wear to a new stratosphere.
That's right.
I have been in this industry for a very long time, and I have never seen or used a product like this, which is Teint Idole Ultra 24-hour wear. You have to try this. The results are unbelievable.
And we're going to show you your shade. I know a lot of you want to go ahead and buy. We're going to show you your shade. Here we go.
Okay, so from the very lightest shade, the first shade is Ivoire, and it's Ivoire for the, there we go, Ivoire 110, for a very, very light skin. Then for a fair skin, it's kind of light to medium, is Buff 210. That's the shade that I'm wearing. Then we go to a true medium, which is Bisque 310. Then we go to a tan shade, which is the one that Diana's wearing, and that's Bisque 360. And then our deeper skin tone is Suede 450.
Majority of you will be the Buff 210 or the Bisque 310. So here's Kelly, but in the Bisque 310.
Okay, so remember when we talked about imperfections and what your skin might look like without foundation? With Kelly, she actually has a lot of redness right around the center of her skin, going down onto her chin area a little bit. Look at the difference with Kelly's skin afterwards. If you're like Kelly, you will be someone who puts a foundation on, and within probably 2 hours, that redness is showing through. So it's hard to get that foundation that stays in place, and you know that that redness is not coming through. And those people who have redness, you out there who have it, you know how annoying it can be. And it changes your entire skin. Let's now look at Lena. Now, Lena, when you're looking at her right now, her skin looks pretty good on the before shot and even better on the after. I'd like Lena to turn to the side now, and let's see what's really going on. Lena had acne on her skin, and you see the acne marks on the lower part of her cheek area. Look how perfected her skin is just with one quick application. Then we come again to our fabulous Maria, whom we all love. But Maria, again, with she had no skincare on at all. You can see how naturally oily her skin is. Then by just applying one little coat, look how matted it was, how perfected it was, how even her skin tone looks.
And look at Maria 8 hours later after dropping off the kids, picking up the kids, going for an exercise class, no touch-ups involved at all. And look at her 8 hours later. If you can relate to Maria, If you are a woman who has given up, you've completely given up on foundation, you're like, forget it. Why should I bother putting it on in the morning and then all day long I have to worry about it coming off? See, if you're really oily, I have naturally oily skin. The problem with naturally oily skin is if you take a brush and try and buff some powder on midway through, you start swirling that foundation and it actually comes apart. It gets lifted off of your skin. Maybe you are very dry and you find that your skin almost looks, oh, I don't know. It looks almost flaky. It almost looks like it's super, super dry. And when you put on your foundation, it just exacerbates the problem. Not with Teint Idole. If you're a woman on the go, and we all are, if you're a woman who finds that you need a foundation that's going to stay on but not look matted, not look cakey, then this is the makeup for you. If you're getting married, you need to order this. You need to order it and try it for yourself. If you are going to be in a wedding party, you absolutely need to get this. If you love to go out on a Saturday night, maybe you love to go to a jazz bar, you like to go clubbing with your girlfriends, you need a foundation like this because you want it to stay on. Maybe you're somebody who's going to be out all day. Perhaps you go on the train from Connecticut at 6 a.m. You get into Manhattan, you do your full day of work, and then you go home at the end of the day, and you look at yourself in the mirror, and you're like, I'm a hot mess.
She's talking about me, by the way.
But not the hot mess part. Hot, yes. Mess, no. But this is performance.
Yes, it is.
This is like a performance car. It's like a race car. It is like a race car. This thing performs. There are regular cars, there are regular foundations.
Yes. Yeah,
then you've got performance cars. This is your performance foundation, and you need it.
Absolutely. Are we going to our fabulous Robert now
There's
to show
Shanique.
you?
Wow.
Oh, look at that lipstick. I'm sorry, I know I'm supposed to be talking about the foundation, but your lipstick was unbelievable there.
She looks, Shanique, you look
totally flawless.
She looks absolutely flawless. And again, you guys have this way, Robert, at Lancome, creating foundations that look like skin. It doesn't matter which one it is.
Right.
Some are long wear, some aren't. Whatever the formula is, they all look like skin.
Yes.
You know, I gotta say, I have been doing makeup for 25 years. And to find a foundation that goes on like this, that is a full coverage, that doesn't look like heavy, cakey, clumpy, nasty, cracky makeup, because we know. And I say
You
that.
and the cracky.
Well,
today.
because you know those long wear makeups have a reputation of not being so pretty.
They don't move with the skin. Yeah.
As you put it on, it drags on the skin. As you apply this, it slides, it glides, it sweeps over the skin. We're not tugging and pulling at Janique's skin. And by the way, this is less than a pump of foundation for her entire complexion. Right. It looks beautiful. It looks just beautifully glowy and radiant, but with a soft matte finish. Won't crack, won't fill in the lines. Gives that smooth, even finish to the texture of the skin.
You know why I love this when you take a look at it? You know, there is, let's face it, when you look at makeup companies, there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
You know, and you can go from like $5 to like $55 for a foundation, and everybody's got a story. At the end of the day, I want my skin to look like skin, and I want it to stay on.
All
because if I covered my
long.
acne scar at 8 a.m. and then I go to a meeting with those same people at 3 p.m., I don't want them to look at me and be like, what happened?
Of course
that thing wasn't there earlier. That's what this is all about. There's a lot of gimmicks out there in makeup. Let's all be honest. I mean, there's gimmicks, there's trends, there's fads. This is the real deal. This is the one that you put on and it stays on and your skin looks like skin, period. Done. End of story.
Absolutely.
And that's what we want.
I also want to show you on my hand mat, if you can get that. Okay, so my top, the hand on top is my regular skin. You see how red the tone is? You see how you see the blue veins through there? Very attractive, not? And you see the bottom hand, you see how it's just completely erased those imperfections.
Amazing.
Unfortunately, I picked up the shade that was a little too light, so I apologize for that. But it just covers so beautifully. So what we're talking about, if you've just tuned in, what we're talking about is if you're someone who wears makeup, but you have imperfections in your skin, let's say, just like our model here, just like Kelly, let's say you have some redness around your skin. Applying a foundation can be very hard because a couple of hours later that redness will break through the skin and completely distort the way your skin appears. Look how much even and how perfected her skin is with our new Teint Idole Ultra 24-hour wear. Then we go on to Lena. Lena's skin, as I said before, looks so beautiful, face on. But Lena has imperfections on her skin, and I want to show you on her cheek. She has acne scars. So if you're someone who has acne scars and you want to cover it, but not cake it, look at the type of coverage you can get with Teint Idole. The beauty is that it lasts. It has a 24-hour wear. Now, this is our favorite one. Okay, look at Maria. Maria has naturally oily skin. On her before shot, she doesn't have any skincare on at all. If you're like Maria, you know that you put your foundation on, and an hour later, your skin starts to, the foundation starts to separate, and that oil starts to really come through. We wanted to take someone like Maria who had very oily skin, and let's see what it looks like after she spent a full day wearing the makeup. We applied it, and 8 hours later, we applied it and then said to her, go out, do your life, go do what you need to do. And as Diana said earlier, dropped off the kids, picked up the kids, did what she needed to do. Plus, she did an hour's exercise class.
That's crazy.
She then came back into the studio, and I have to point out, we're in Tampa, Florida, where it's very humid. She came back 8 hours later. What you're seeing in that after shot is no touch-up to the makeup whatsoever. The only thing we've touched up is the lipstick. But do you see how flawless her skin is? Do you see the difference between the first shot and the last shot? Then we have Paula. If you're like Paula, she's really looked after her skin, but she lives in a warm climate. And if you look to the side along her cheek area, she's got sunspots. She has, some people call them age spots, but some discoloration on her skin. Look at how it has covered this. Flawless, perfected skin.
If you have accepted the fact that when 5 o'clock rolls around at the end of the day, that your makeup does not look as good at 5 as it did at 7 a.m. when you put it on, if you have accepted that, I want you to try this, because I think that you are going to find that this will defy the odds. It's going to defy just what the laws of makeup, because we've all accepted the fact that I just don't look as good at the end of the day. My acne scars will show. My hyperpigmentation is going to show. The redness will break through. I want you to try this. We're going to head out to the phones. We have Stacy, who's calling in tonight from Washington, who just ordered it. So, Stacy, welcome to HSN. What made you pick up the phone and order the Teint Idole?
Hi, Diana, and hi, Joan.
Hello.
Both of you look so beautiful tonight.
Oh, thank you.
And I just ordered that, how do you say it? The
Teint Idole. Yeah, Teint Idole Ultra.
And I am so excited.
Yeah.
I've never tried that. Like I said, I just ordered it. But I have tried Lancome products.
Right.
And I've always been extremely happy.
Great.
Especially their eye products, which has really helped me. And, you know, especially as we get older, our skin changes.
Right.
And,
It does.
and everything else. And with the products that I have used from Lancome, Joan, I've always been extremely happy, and people notice the difference. And I think that's the most exciting part for me, is when people notice.
And you know, don't you feel great, Stacey? But let me ask you a question. Do you have imperfections that you want to cover on your skin?
Yes, I do.
What do you have?
Well, I feel like I'm starting to notice maybe just a few age spots.
Right. So,
and, you know, that kind of bothers me, because the foundation I use now, it's like I'm constantly touching up.
Right, exactly, Stacey.
And
You're going to love this one. We're so excited you got it. It's our first visit with Teint Idole. Thank you. We hope you love it.
And 24 hours. 24 hours. So, Stacy, thank you very much for calling in tonight. This is only $22 for you to get it home, and it's 09648.